Okay, I've been away for a minute. You've just spawned me back into existence. It looks like we have a couple of seconds of gameplay for Sonic Frontiers, along with a brand new logo. I am shaking. We are going to react and break this down right now. Let's just go right into it. Okay. Forces animations. Powering the thing. It looks kind of... That's what we saw. Interesting combat. He's fighting. Not really sure what I'm looking at. The animations are unclear. It looks clean, though. There's a lot of things happening quickly. It's hard to make a call as to what's happening, but it seems like this is a lot. This aligns a lot with a lot of leaks we've been hearing about. Which means we can, so again, I guarantee you that moving forward, we're gonna get people cross-referencing leaks, confirming other things, and to be perfectly honest with you, just based on where we are at with covering this game, there's been so many leaks because everybody is like clawing for their 5 minutes of fame and creating fake ones, so it muddies the message, which in a way makes this kind of still fresh and exciting. So I'm still thankful of how things have turned out. However, what this means is there's going to be this frenzy of trying to confirm things, cross-referencing them with other leaks, but you have to understand that the message has been muddied, and so people are taking things from other leaks that have been cross-referenced from the very beginning, and so just try to make sure that you are following very verified news sources. It's incredibly important at this time. If the reaction of the community is important to you, whether it be negative or positive, again, the dialogue that's been going on is that what we think matters. We have to communicate what we think and be as concise as possible. And so while I go through this, I'm going to be trying my very best to go through something I think is realistic, to be achievable within time of release. This is the holidays, the winter holiday coming up. That they're targeting. So I'm looking for things that are realistic, that I think would benefit the community at large. So it's not even what I think or what I want. Okay? All right. And this is the context for those of you who have no idea what's going on. There has not been a Sonic game, a 3D Sonic game, that has been new and fresh for many, many years. Many, many years. And this looks new in a lot of ways, but also familiar in a lot of other ways. So let's break this down frame by frame now that you know the importance of this, how I'm going to break it down. And yeah, if you see me shaking, it's because this is a big deal. And hopefully you're able to experience this through me. But I'm going to try my very best to use this minimal time I have of your attention as effectively as possible. However, this is going to be very raw and uncut for the most part, because that's the fun part about covering news stories, is that it's in the moment. It's happening right now. I didn't get a chance to clean myself up. I'm just wearing my pajamas still. So let's get into this. I'm always in shock when new things come out, but time has passed, so I've realized that the animation quality, this definitely seems like the B animation team on Marza's part. Not to say that it's not beautiful, but the first one they showed was definitely of higher quality, similar and comparable to the opening of Sonic Unleashed, which a lot of people like. I just noticed that and I wanted to touch on it. I don't know if this is going to be used in the game. My guess is that it's only promotional animation because of that reason. It's not consistent. Like, they would not fit together. I just want to set people's expectations correctly. For the most part, Sonic 3D games haven't had these pre-rendered cutscenes in-game for a long time. It, for the most part, has been just for promotional purposes. Don't think it's an indicator of like what the story is going to be about. He's just running. It's just for the trailer. Okay, so I like how his quills are moving. The animation looks slightly different, but for the most part, it's forces. I didn't really have any specific problems with Sonic's running animation from forces. The lighting seems to be bouncing off of Sonic in different ways. This is so low quality. Okay, so we just quickly switch over to the YouTube upload. This is, again, the thing about covering it live. It's happening now. So now I can actually see things and break it down frame by frame the way I want to. So let's see what I notice. I'm noticing that branches move by as Sonic goes through. I wanted to touch a little bit about interaction, right? So the Roblox game, I'm so happy we have the Roblox game now, because it is a perfect point of reference for the discussion of is making Sonic simply open world going to make the game fun? The answer is no. As much as I love the Roblox game and its efforts to keep us engaged with all the missions, that's really cool. I just don't know if it would work outside of the platform of Roblox. It really fits that platform, but when we're talking about what they're going to do for Frontiers, it's just not engaging enough, right? Players don't really interact in the Roblox game. And so what we're looking for is things for Sonic to be doing, even if it's not momentum, right? Even if it's not momentum. We want to see what Sonic does. At first glance, it really looked like they were leaning heavily on the combat, which is a little bit concerning because, again, Sonic's his main thing, right? His whole design, literally, right? He looks good moving forward. He looks good moving through space. Think about your favorite Sonic animations. Sonic looks the best when he is moving. And so I haven't really seen a lot here. Again, keep in mind, the context is that this is just a tease, right? It says teaser up in the corner. I'm kind of covering it. I will tell you that right below my hand here, it says IGN first teaser. So perhaps they are keeping a few things in the back pocket. But again, when you watch our next video coverage on this, that's what we're looking for, right? Because it seems to be that's what's the missing part of the conversation. So it looks like the branches move a little bit as Sonic passes. Let me just double check. Yeah, it looks like stuff kind of gets pushed as you move by. It's not, they don't like wiggle or anything. I was wondering if he was gonna like move the flowers, right? We don't even see the flowers getting kicked up, which would be happening, right? I want to see Sonic impacting his environment at least, right? Because you're gonna be moving around a lot in an open world, right? A video game is made to immerse you into a world, and so anything you can do to kind of increase the impact of the player's effect on its environment, the more satisfying it's going to be. And so that's the thing we're looking for here. How do we interact with the environment, even in subtle ways like that? So I don't see anything getting kicked up per se. Sonic looks really stiff through his animations. If I'm being honest, it looks similar to Forces. We're looking for a jump in quality from Forces, guys, because what we want to see is a jump from the output from before the Sonic movie. Now the visuals here, the environment looks fantastic. We're seeing up close the bridge. We're seeing some rails in the background. Definitely seeing the loop in the corner there. This looks very similar to the logo of the game, that circle thing. So it's probably all connected. I'm not worried about the story of this game. The animations though look stiff, similar to Forces. That's not going to bother me personally. Oh, it seems to be impacting the environment. What did it do? Because this is something I predicted, right? What is it doing? So the spring lights up in the same color. So it's mapping out a certain chunk of the area. There's a question mark there. This is happening as Sonic runs on it. No, he finished running on it. So it's showing your impact. The springs are glowing in this area. Are things spawning? I'm not seeing anything spawn. Very close to what I predicted. It's the same color as the wall running panel, which you'll see in the background there. We see some tech over there, which shares its colors to the springs. This is I think the spin cycle. Look at these enemies. They look actually kind of scary. So doing the spin cycle seems to have kicked them up into the air. Sonic seems to have similar particle effects. He's straight up punching and kicking. His punches and kicks seem to function exactly as people anticipated, which is the impacts look similar to how he was punching Zavik. It's of course not going to have the impact of a shonen anime or anything like that, right? That has exaggerated impacts. It's got to be something that fits the Sonic series. I think we could have used some stretching. I don't know. And see, this is the thing. I'm not a game dev or an animator, but I'm wondering. I think it would be fitting to have some stretch going on to add some just like oomph to Sonic's punches. This is something that Mario did, and I'm just not really seeing a lot of it. Sonic is also relatively stubbier than he used to be, and like just to give you an example of, at least in the fandoms I'm experienced in. Toriyama redesigned Goku into an adult because he wanted to focus more on the martial arts of the series, and so that's why he pushed to have Goku grow up and get longer so that he can do different various poses. So from far away, you really can't see, like this could be Sonic doing tricks, right? Because there's so much going on. You need to be able to see around you, right? The camera needs to be far away from Sonic so you can see where to go next, because Sonic moves quickly. And if you've ever played Classic Sonic, you'll know you need to be able to see where you're going, because the frustration with Classic Sonic is that you can't technically see very far ahead. And so people that like 3D Sonic like it because you can see, but the camera has to be far away. And so if the camera's far away, Sonic's smaller limbs with his Forces model make it harder to read what he's doing, therefore making it less satisfying when he fights. So in order to do that, you lean into his cartoony side to exaggerate his limbs, right? So his punches and kicks could have bigger, just exaggerated limbs. This is a taste thing, but it would add, it would make it would make it feel like there's more weight behind Sonic's punches, and this would not be something unfamiliar to the franchise as Sonic has done it. So I don't really think it would change anything stylistically here. But yeah, that's what I'm noticing, is it's kind of hard to see what's happening. Right? I'll watch all the combat again. I really do love how it kicks it up in the air. The spin ball animation is exactly like Force's. Let me mute the music because that's probably going to drive you crazy. Though I do really like the emphasis on combat. I'm excited for that. I do appreciate that it is a new gameplay style. I have no idea what that is. It looks like Sonic just pulled off like his own Kaioken technique. Can you tell I like Dragon Ball? This animation looks broken. I have no idea what's going on. It does not look right. This looks wrong. Like the animation isn't working. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. I have no idea what he's doing. It looks broken. Because it looks like his head is hitting. He looks like he's maybe he's getting hurt? Did the enemy do that to Sonic? That doesn't look like something. No, that's the same enemy. So he's doing some sort of special. I can't tell what it is. This is really neat though. I like the idea of we're seeing the curvature, right, on these giant Titan enemies. And we can run up them in the short time we have, and kick it a bunch of times so it comes crashing down. That's going to be really fun. I never thought that wouldn't be fun. I just think this is the thing. I think it can be improved in the terms of making things more satisfying. Now, I think as far as everything in terms of interacting with the environment, we really have only seen interacting with the tech or the equipment and potentially infecting the environment, or affecting the environment rather. I don't know if that's going to generate more challenges or maybe slopes for us to interact with. We didn't see any of that here. We did see a slope on the Titan, so hopefully it did look automated, I will say, and it probably will be. But that's totally fine if they prioritize it being tight controls and there's just a lot to do in the world. That won't be a problem. Yes, I know a lot of people said we need momentum for an open world Sonic game, but if there's enough to do in the open world and you can travel it quickly and it's satisfying and there's a lot to do as you travel through it and it's fun, it can still be fun without momentum. It doesn't seem like we're going to get momentum here, right? We can just kind of tell from the way that the level looks. So I'm moving on from that point, but I do agree that ideally that's what we would have. We're seeing just combat, and Sonic really just, like, we didn't really see Sonic moving through the world besides this one shot here, and he's just moving forward. The animations look slightly better than Force's, slightly, but more or less they look the same as like Generations, Forces, doesn't look like a huge stylistic change. And yeah, that animation looks wrong. Those all are the same animations from Forces, and it's the same gameplay we've seen. Let's see if we can look ahead and see. So this seems to be the upper part of what we were seeing before. They don't look to be glowing, so they probably don't need to. Maybe they needed to be activated. I have no idea if they have anything to do with the green energy from before. This looks like a pretty standard level layout for modern Sonic, so it's not like earth-shattering. It looks like you're going to be able to go off a spring and get up to that higher ring. He's climbing up a tower to activate it. We can see more towers in the background of this boss, which looks really cool, by the way. Naturally transitions to a falling animation, which I actually really like the look of, as he launches off of the slope. Oh, it looked like he got caught by another boost panel. So these panels here are definitely boost Sonic when he's near them, because his animation changes slightly, like he got jutted upwards again. That's probably going to happen to him again. That's probably the buggy thing I saw, which was him getting impacted by these energy circles. Watch, it's probably going to happen again. It's going to light up when he passes it. Yeah, it closes around Sonic, gives him a boost. Oh, and so there was a harsh cut right there. So there was more to that sequence. But yeah, so he was getting impacted by those boost panels, and then up here he's got more of the really, it looks like the same repeated kicking animation over and over again, which is not good. It's probably like, yeah, it's 2 alternating kick animations. I don't really think, I think it's the same leg. There's an emphasis on combat. We want to see an emphasis on the animation so that it's satisfying to do it, right? We're going to be doing this for a long time, right? If we get the kind of game we're looking for or hoping for, it's going to be more than 5 hours, especially an open zone game, as they say. And if we're going to be like seeing Sonic like fighting multiple Titans, and it looks like he's supposed to turn around. Maybe he is. Maybe these animations are too fast. Oh, there's a punch in there. It might be that these need the exaggeration and they need to be slowed down, because that's an adventure. That's his pose from Smash Brothers, I believe. And then he spins around and kicks again. He also punches. I am glad we are going through this. So the impact happens there, and it's a regular homing attack. And it seems like it's Shadow. It's kind of like Shadow in 06, right? He makes the impact, he uncurls. He's technically standing up straight right now. He's about to do his trick animation from what looks like forces. He's about to spin around a little bit. Again, I have to look so closely at animations because they were such a problem in forces. And I am catching some things that could just use a little work. And I feel like we have time. So it looks like there are cool animations here, which is good news. I just think they need more impact, right? I think exaggerating Sonic's fist, because look how small it is. And like Sonic is barely like changing, and we need the big camera. So why don't we just like put more impact frames, right? More energy around his fists, something to just make, because we're going to be doing this a lot, it looks like, right? Because this teaser, while it is a teaser, the new thing is the combat and the open world. But more or less, this is what's new, and I can barely see it. You know, flaunt what's new. That looked more or less like forces, but then there was some animations at the end of it. I think that's everything in the trailer. I'll just do one. Oh, of course, we have the new logo, which looks to be the same shape as that machine. So we're probably going to be doing that repeatedly, which means I might have been right. I'm hoping that that machine, like it is affecting the logo, maybe affects and rebuilds the world. I'm really thinking it gives us more. Like we shape the world as we go through the story. I think that would be really cool. And my hope is that even if they can't do it now, maybe with DLC in the future, if this game is just popular enough to where we can get DLC, maybe in the future they can give us improved level design, even if the level design ends up being kind of mid with this game. At least that gives us an in-lore explanation as to why the world might shift or improve or change. So the hope is that they're not showing all their cards yet in this teaser. So what we're looking for in the next one, which should be coming, if not this week, the next couple of weeks. This month is going to be crazy. So stay tuned to all of our social media channels. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got TikTok now, and of course we have YouTube. Please comment if you have alternative opinions. I'm happy to chat in the comments below. That's all from me for now. Thank you so much, and have yourself a great rest of your week. Peace.